folks are joining and settling in, feel free to come on camera. We're going to be a fairly small group today since it's just the mentees. So if you're in a space that you're comfortable coming on camera, we'd love to see your faces. We'll also be going into breakout rooms later for just some networking. So, just warning, if you're not on camera yet, you're probably going to be on it later. And feel free also to change your name. You can do that by hovering over your picture and the 3 little dots in the top right-hand corner of your picture. You can change your name. Feel free to add your pronouns if you desire, or any affiliation that you might want to share with folks. And I guess we're 2 minutes after, and we have 13 of the 14 that we're expecting, so we'll go ahead and get started. Hopefully everyone remembers me. My name is Kim Grubert, and I just realized I'm not sharing screen, so let me do that really quickly. And then we will actually get started. Whoops, now I've lost all of you. Okay, there we are. So again, my name is Kim Grubert, and thank you all for taking the time to join on a Friday to have this Mentee-Only call. This is the only chance throughout the whole program that we get together as just all of you and the mentees. So it's really a great opportunity to just get to know each other. So I'm glad you all showed up and are here. Couple just quick housekeeping reminders. Of course, everybody's already on mute anyway, but please stay on mute just to reduce background noise unless you're speaking. I already mentioned feel free to rename yourself. And when we do introductions, once we get to, actually, we're going to do introductions now as a large group because we're not that large of a group. So I think that we can go ahead and do that. So I suppose I can start, even though everybody should know me. Kim Grubert. I'm calling in, though, from Westminster, Colorado. It's the native lands of the Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Sioux peoples. I use she, her pronouns. I'm part of the mentorship program team this year. And this is my 3rd year doing this. In my day job, I work for a consulting firm called WSP. Does not stand for anything, but we are a large global consulting firm. And I primarily focus on climate risk and adaptation consulting, mostly with utilities and private companies. I will hand it over to the other member of the program team, Emma, to introduce herself. And Rachel's not here today, but we have Megan Putnam from the ASAP program team. So I'll hand it over to Emma and then Rachel, and then we can continue popcorning it around for everyone to do a quick introduction.
Hi, everyone. Hopefully I'm also a familiar face. I'm Emma Cutler, use she, her pronouns. I am based in Lebanon, New Hampshire, which is the traditional lands of the Abenaki and the Wabanaki people. I'm also part of the program team, and I work for the International Institute for Sustainable Development. So I can hand it over to Megan.
Good morning or afternoon, everyone. I am Megan Putnam. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the program assistant here at ASAP, and I am on the ancestral lands of the Potawatomi Nation. And I'll pass it over to whoever is feeling brave and wants to introduce themselves.
I can go next. Sorry, because I might have background noise later or people. My name is Varun. I use he, him pronouns. I'm from Worcester Polytechnic Institute, a PhD student studying community climate adaptation. I'm on the ancestral lands of the Nipmuc Nation, and I'm happy to be here. Sorry, I forgot the last prompt, so here we are. Do I popcorn it? Okay. The first person on my list, Dolly.
Hello, I'm Dolly, and I'm the climate, well, I use she, her pronouns. I'm the climate adaptation specialist with the South Central Climate Adaptation Science Center based in Norman, Oklahoma. I will pass it to Kate.
Hi guys, I'm Kate Lefton. I work with a small consulting firm called Kimball Sustainable Healthcare, and I'm based in Fairfax, Virginia, which is the traditional lands of the Monoho'ak people. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'll popcorn it over to Carrie Schaefer.
Hi, y'all. My name is Carrie Schaefer. I use she, her pronouns. I'm coming to you from Seattle, Washington, which is the traditional homelands of the Coast Salish peoples. I am a project coordinator with EcoAdapt. And I will pass it over to Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh Richardson from St. Louis, which is the ancestral homeland of the Osage, Missouri, and Illini Confederacy. I'm the director of Brugmansia Ministries. We do nonprofit that does climate resilience work with faith communities. I'm going to pass it over to Samantha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha Nuno. My pronouns are she, hers, and I'm based in the San Fernando Valley in LA, the ancestral homelands of the Fernandino, Tatavian Band of Mission Indians and the Gabrielino Tongva peoples as well. And I work for Climate Resolve, which is a local climate resilience nonprofit, and I am their grants and programs analyst. So I do a lot of work with climate funding and providing grant writing assistance to local disadvantaged communities. So yeah, nice to be here today. And I'll pass it to Josephine.
Hey everyone, good morning. My name is Josephine. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, which is the traditional land of the Occaneechi people. I'm currently finishing up my Master's of City and Regional Planning program at UNC Chapel Hill, and I'm transitioning and looking for full-time work now, but I'm excited to graduate in like 2 weeks. And I'll pass it on to Tiana.
Congratulations on almost being done. Hello, everyone. My name is Tiana. I'm based in the ancestral lands of the Lenni Lenape people, and I am a second-year PhD student at the University of Delaware in civil engineering, and my focus is on the intersection of structural engineering and public policy. And with that, I'll pass it to Bharat.
Hey folks, my name is Bharat Balyan, use he, him pronouns. I'm based in St. Paul, Minnesota, which is ancestral lands of the Dakota. And yeah, I am with this, I'm on an ORISE fellowship with the CDC Climate and Health Program. I'll pass it off to Alexis.
Yep, thank you. I'm Alexis Monti. I'm the Climate Resiliency Specialist at Wild Rivers Conservancy, and I'm based in Stillwater, Minnesota, but I work in Wisconsin on the border of the two states. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm on the lands of the Dakota and Anishinaabe. And then I'm trying to think, my day-to-day, I guess, is working with the National Park Service pretty heavily and our other stakeholder partners on how we can make the St. Croix watershed more resilient to climate change. And let's see who's left. Marcella, have you gone?
Hi, I'm Marcella Bondi-Keenan. I work in the Office of Sustainability for the Village of Oak Park, which is borders the west side of Chicago. My pronouns are she and they, and I'm on the lands of several nations, including the Peoria and the Kickapoo, and the Miami, and Potawatomi, and the Kaskaskia, and one that I don't know how to say, the Osethi Sakawan is going to be my turn. Yeah, and I let's see, has Josephine gone yet? Yes.
Yeah, I've gone already.
Who needs to go? You can go next.
I didn't go. Hi, everyone. My name is James Holman. I'm a civil engineer based in Silver Spring, Maryland. And I have an interest in urban resilience to climate change and disaster resiliency. Am I the last one?
No, I'm the last one. Hi, I'm Tanvi. I go with the pronouns she, her. I live in Parsippany, New Jersey, so traditionally the lands of the Lenni Lenape people. I am an incoming planning fellow for the Land Conservancy in New Jersey. Thank you.
Awesome. Was that everyone? I think we got everyone. Please correct me if not. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. It's also one of the few chances we actually get to do a round robin of introductions all together because, as you know from the cross cohort call, there's like 40 people on those calls. So it takes a little bit of time to do intros. So that was great, super great to hear everybody's intros and hear the fantastic things that you all are up to. This is just we don't have a super structured agenda today. We're going to go over just a couple things at the beginning, but really use the majority of the time. We're going to go into some breakout rooms and just talk more about networking. So first, we're going to go over just a couple. We already did introductions, obviously. Then we'll go over a few program logistics and just reminders. We'll go over those again at the end, just so that you have them fresh when we hang up the call. But the majority of the time is going to be focused on the art of networking. So I'll actually share a couple tips and tricks and a little bit about just thinking about your network as a whole and how it kind of accrues over time. And then, as I said, we'll go into breakouts and spend most of our time there and just hearing from each other, hearing what's worked for you with networking, sharing any opportunities you have for conference networking or work networking or anything like that that are coming up, or whatever you all feel like talking about in your breakout rooms. So really just trying to create some unstructured time for everyone today just to get to know each other better. So at this point, I'm going to hand it over to Emma just to go over a couple more reminders before we jump into the networking piece.
Yeah. Thank you, Kim. So this is really just going to be kind of a few minutes to just check in with all of you about how things are going. So at this point, you've had your first call with your mentor. We've had one cross cohort call. Your second call should be coming up within the next month, and we have our second cross cohort call in June. You can see the other things coming up on this slide, but I just want to open it up now, or you can feel free to post in the chat if you have any questions, any concerns, anything exciting you want to share. This is really just a chance. If you have anything that you'd like to say about the program, just an open conversation. We have a few minutes. All right, Tiana says that their mentor is dope. That's great. And I see that we're getting some reactions to that comment, so hopefully that means that other people have the same sentiment. But I guess if there are no questions, we can move on to our little discussion about networking. Oh, there's someone else. Varun says that Claire is fantastic. His experience is very insightful. Marcella is also having a good conversation of workplace trauma. Sounds very important. Glad you can have that. And of course, if you ever have any other questions or comments, you can always email us. You can email Kim or myself at our emails, or there's the mentorship email that we do monitor about once a week. So please do reach out if you have anything else to say.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like things are going well. If they're ever not going well, please let us know. So networking tips and tricks. So just 2 quick slides to go over, and then again, we're going to jump into the breakout rooms. You all probably know all of this already, but repetition is key to really making sure that some of these things stick. So we figured it would be worthwhile to just refresh all of these tips and tricks together. That way they're fresh in mind when we go into the breakout rooms. So seems like kind of a obvious thing to say, but always be kind and try to always be your genuine, true self and bring as much of your full self as you're comfortable with bringing into conversations with your mentor, and also into conversations with each other. So when we're bringing our full selves into a space, it creates being vulnerable, kind of creates that space of trust and honesty and mutual respect, because you're able to just really be raw with whomever you're talking to, and they can better understand where you're coming from, what challenges you might be facing, and really find a way to better support you and help you. So just an encouragement to always be kind, genuine, true self, and try to bring your full self into these conversations. Also a reminder that you're never too young to mentor someone else. I think I first mentored someone back when I was in high school. And so just all of you have a wealth of knowledge and experience already to share with each other and to folks younger than you. And also to folks older than you. Your mentors are learning from you as well. We hear that all the time in our feedback. They're always amazed at how much they're learning from you all as part of this relationship. So just keep that in mind, that if someone asks you anywhere in your circles for advice, try to encourage yourself to be willing to give it, because odds are you have quite a bit more to offer than you might think you have. Reminder also, mentors can be mentors for just a day or for life. So you're currently going through a 9-month formal mentorship program where you have a mentor for this time period. Your mentor might continue to be a mentor beyond this program. They might not, and that's totally okay. It's completely different for everyone. But you might also find that someone you meet here today, you want to have a follow-up coffee chat with and just have kind of a one-time, tell me about your life, oh, I'm working through this challenge, whatever it might be, type of conversation. And even that, just one-time interaction can be considered mentorship. You also never know who you will meet or how that connection may play out years from now. I have been amazed in my career at how small this world is. I have found people, I have been traveling in Europe and found classmates from undergrad just randomly on the streets. The world is very, very small, and you never quite know how your personal and professional interactions are going to reemerge 5, 10, 15 years from now. So it's not articulated on here, but a related note is try not to burn bridges, because you also never know how that bridge might show up again later in life. Oh, it is on here. Never mind. Never burn bridges. Also, always be willing to lend a helping hand and pay it forward. That kind of goes towards what I was saying before, but just if someone asks for any help or anything, or is interested in seeking mentorship from you, even if you're only willing to, or only have time for a 30-minute coffee chat, oftentimes that can be a huge game changer in that person's life, to just have you listening and willing to lend a helping hand to them in their situation. So it's always just nice to go into life with that perspective of being willing to pay it forward. And then also be able to articulate your goals, because that's going to help others help you achieve them. So the more clear you can be with yourself and with others about what you're trying to get out of anything, mentorship, life, career, it's just going to help other people support you better. And it's also, we often think about networking in a professional sense, but don't forget your personal networks and how your personal networks can really help you achieve your goals. And I'm going to talk more about that on the next slide. And then the point of the next slide is that networks accrue. So, whoops, I skipped a page. Here we go. So this is a picture, a graphic, if you will, of my personal networks. So this networks accrue. The point of this is don't forget when you're thinking about who all is in my circle and who all can I potentially reach out to when I'm faced with a challenge, or if I am trying to find someone that maybe has worked in this certain sector or with this certain company. Don't forget to look all the way back to your origin story, because your networks accrue throughout the years. So I was born and raised in Hutchinson, Kansas. I obviously have my family as my network. I have Salt Hawks as the mascot of like all of the schools in my hometown. So I have all of my school networks from, kindergarten all the way through high school. I did the International Baccalaureate program in high school, which is an international program. So basically anyone in IB is part of my network, because if you've gone through it, you're in the trenches together. Then, undergrad, University of Kansas, the various student groups that you were a part of in undergrad, graduate school, different student groups that you were a part of, and just your classmates in general. Any professional networks you're a part of. So I've been a part of the Coastal Society and obviously ASAP here. Past jobs that you've had and fellowships you might have had, even if you didn't necessarily, I didn't know every single NOAA Coastal Management Fellow personally that there has ever been, but there has been over a decade of fellows. So similarly, like if you have just some type of connection to different networks within your network, it's amazing what types of doors those can open. So if you just find one person and say, hey, I didn't know that you were a North Carolina Coastal Policy Fellow too, like let's connect and just talk, and you never know where that might lead you. So that's really the point of this slide, is just it's a nice practice to do at some point, is just to take a step and try to map out your own network. And you might be surprised at how many different ways that your spider web has grown, and different ways that you're connected to people. So with that, those were the only two slides we had before we wanted to start jumping into breakouts and just start talking about some of these questions. So we have different prompts for the 2 rounds of breakouts. So for this first round, we've already done introductions. You maybe don't have to say all of these things again unless you want to. But maybe just a quick name and reminder to folks of where you are. And then what's worked well for you with networking, and what networking challenges might have you experienced in the past. And then if the conversation continues longer, then that's fine. You can change topics, but then there will be different prompts for the second round. So I think Megan is working on making breakouts right now. Oop. Looks like they're open.
Just opened all the rooms for you.
Perfect. Guys. So we will be in there for about maybe 15 minutes or so, and then we'll see you back. Oop, here's one group back. Hi all, how'd it go? Hello, hello, welcome back. I think we have everyone back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Well, hopefully that went well, and it was fun to actually connect with each other. We have another round of that. We're gonna try to shift you all around. There might be a couple duplicates. So apologies if you're in the same room, or maybe it'll be great that you're in the same room with someone again. But we're gonna do a second round of breakouts. Since this is a new group, if you can just everybody say their names and locations again, and then maybe talk about some of the projects you're currently working on that you're super pumped about. What are you most looking forward to about the summer? And if you want, share something that you've been talking about with your mentor. I forgot to say this last time, but feel free to take a screenshot of this. I tried to drop the prompts into a broadcast message, but not sure if everybody saw it. But yeah, we'll have about another 15 minutes for you to just chat in a new group and talk about these things. And then we'll come back together at the very end and just pull up those reminder slides again. And we're going to take a group photo. So try to stay on and smiling when we come back together at the very end, and we're going to take a group picture. Megan, are we ready for the next round of breakouts?
Yes, we are. And I tried to mix you guys up as much as I could. So hopefully not too many people know each other in these rooms.
All right, we'll see you again soon.
Sweet.
I easily use the snipping tool once a day for something. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Hopefully that was fun. Nice time to actually get to know each other more and the rest of the folks in your cohort. We're going to take a picture now. So if I can convince everybody to come on camera for a second. And once everybody's on, hopefully we'll do like a quick countdown and we can do a little picture. I'm guessing Samantha maybe can't join, which is totally fine. So, all right, I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1. I see the thumbs up, Samantha. No worries. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. And then when I say 1, everybody smile and I will snip the picture. All right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Got us. Good work. We'll email that picture out when we send a follow-up note to everyone. But thanks so much. And I'm going to share screen and we're just going to share, again, the same thing you've already seen, but just wanted to give one more chance to just ask any follow-up questions that might have emerged when you all were talking today, or just see if there's any questions or concerns about the next steps in the program.
Yeah, just a quick reminder. Oh, sorry. Does someone have a question?
I was just going to ask, has our June call been scheduled, or is that still to be scheduled?
We'll be sending out a doodle poll probably next week, you think? Yeah, within the next 2 weeks, certainly, and to get that scheduled. Yeah, and you should also be starting to think about scheduling your second one-on-one or small group call if you haven't already reached out to your mentor about that. And of course, there's always the Slack channel. We love to hear from people there. And then the program resources if you have any other questions. And you can always email us.
We can meet our mentors in person, right?
Yeah, if that works for you.
You can.
That would be great.
Okay, cool. Because I'm going to be in the same city as my mentor this summer, and she wanted to get coffee. And I was like, I don't know if the digital thing is allowed. Okay, cool. Anyways, I'll let her know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely encourage that if it's feasible. So that's great.
When we were matching, there were a couple instances where we wondered if people were going to be able to get together just based on geography. So it's exciting to hear. Awesome. Well, if there's nothing else, y'all are free to go. But thank you all for joining today. Hopefully this was a enriching hour for you to just get to know some more folks that you're going through this with, and you made some good connections. And We will be seeing you all again in June.